Scattered across the globe lie whispers of archaeological enigmas that have baffled experts for centuries.
The level of technological sophistication far in excess of anything that we have today.
The number sequence of this coordinate matches exactly the speed of light traveling through space. This is amazing stuff.
So many tablets out there just waiting for someone to read them. They are going to surprise us because the Babylonian understanding of the world was so different to how we see it today.
But what secrets do these relics hold? Can we ever unlock their truths, or will they remain hidden forever? 1. Liquid mercury and the secrets of Teotihuacan. Deep beneath the gaze of the colossal pyramids of Teotihuacan, an ancient Mexican city that thrived centuries before the Aztecs, lay a hidden chamber filled with a strange and unexpected treasure: liquid mercury. In 2003, after years of meticulous excavation, archaeologists stumbled upon a sealed tunnel that had remained untouched for over 1,800 years. As they ventured deeper, their headlamps illuminated a sight that sent shivers down their spines: a pool of the silvery, toxic liquid. This discovery, led by Sergio Gomez of Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, was a key that unlocked a new chapter in the enigmatic story of Teotihuacan. Mercury, a metal that flows like a liquid at room temperature, was a rare commodity in Mesoamerica. While it was sometimes found in powdered form called cinnabar, used as a red pigment, encountering it in its liquid state was extraordinary. The large quantities found in the chamber beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, the third largest pyramid in Teotihuacan, hinted at a deliberate placement, sparking a flurry of theories among archaeologists. One of the most captivating ideas revolves around the symbolism of mercury in Mesoamerican cultures. The shimmering nature of the liquid metal held a special significance. It was often associated with water bodies in the underworld, the realm of the dead. This connection stemmed from the belief that reflective surfaces acted as portals, allowing passage between the living world and the afterlife. Just like the river Styx in Greek mythology, the shimmering mercury might have represented a similar passage for the Teotihuacanos. This theory aligns perfectly with the location of the discovery. The Temple of the Feathered Serpent, also known as the Temple of Quetzalcoatl, the god associated with wind in the afterlife, was believed to be a sacred site linked to the underworld. The presence of liquid mercury beneath this very temple strengthens the idea that it symbolized a river of the underworld, guiding souls on their journey after death. The discovery wasn't, however, limited to symbolism. It also hinted at the possibility of a hidden royal tomb. The vast amount of mercury, along with other precious objects found in the chamber, suggested a deliberate attempt to honor a high-ranking individual. Tombs of rulers were often elaborately decorated with symbolic elements, and the mercury pool could have been a central part of such a burial site. However, there's a catch. The tunnel leading to the mercury chamber remained unexplored due to safety concerns. Mercury vapor is highly toxic, and researchers needed to develop specialized equipment and protocols before venturing further. This pause in exploration left many questions unanswered. Was there indeed a royal tomb beyond the mercury pool? What other artifacts might lie hidden within? The mystery of the liquid mercury extends beyond its immediate significance. It serves as a reminder of the sophistication and complex belief systems of the Teotihuacan people. Their understanding of the natural world, their use of symbolism, and the elaborate rituals surrounding death are all on display in this unique find. The discovery also highlights the challenges archaeologists face in unraveling the secrets of Teotihuacan. The city was abandoned around the 7th century AD, leaving behind no written records or clear explanations for its cultural practices. Archaeologists rely on piecing together fragments of pottery, murals, and artifacts like the liquid mercury to reconstruct the lives and beliefs of this ancient civilization. The story doesn't end here. Teotihuacan is a treasure trove of unsolved mysteries. Archaeologists have discovered caches of shimmering pyrite, another reflective mineral placed near burials. These finds, along with the liquid mercury, reinforce the importance Teotihuacanos placed on the concept of the afterlife and the journey of the soul. Perhaps even more intriguing are the whispers of a secret chamber beneath the even larger Pyramid of the Sun. Legends passed down through generations speak of a hidden entrance and a vast space filled with untold riches. While these remain unproven, they add another layer of intrigue to the already captivating story of Teotihuacan. So the discovery of liquid mercury is just one piece of the puzzle. What are the others? 2. Library of Cueva de los Tallos. Nestled within Ecuadorian rainforest lies the Cueva de los Tallos, also known as the Cave of the Oilbirds. For hundreds of years, this network of caverns has echoed with the screeches of its namesake inhabitants and whispered tales of a legendary treasure, the Metallic Library. Unlike the gleaming discovery of liquid mercury in Teotihuacan, the Metallic Library exists not in the realm of archaeological fact, but in the murkier territory of myth and speculation. The story begins with Janos Juan Moritz, a Hungarian explorer shrouded in a veil of controversy. In the 1960s, Moritz claimed to have ventured into the uncharted depths of the Cueva de los Tallos and stumbled upon a vast chamber containing an astonishing collection of metallic plates. These plates, according to Moritz, were inscribed with an unknown language and held the secrets of a lost civilization far advanced for its time. Fueled by Moritz's sensational claims, Erich von Däniken, a proponent of the ancient astronauts theory, popularized the legend in his 1972 book, The Gold of the Gods. Von Däniken suggested the metallic plates were not merely historical records, but blueprints for advanced technology gifted to humanity by extraterrestrial beings. This fantastical interpretation ignited public imagination, transforming the Cueva de los Tallos into a site of potential alien contact and lost knowledge. However, the allure of the Metallic Library soon faced the harsh scrutiny of scientific inquiry. A 1976 expedition, partially funded by none other than astronaut Neil Armstrong, aimed to verify Moritz's claims. Despite extensive exploration, the expedition found no evidence of metallic plates, advanced technology, or anything remotely resembling a library. The caverns yielded only natural formations and artifacts left behind by indigenous groups who revered the cave as a sacred site. The lack of concrete evidence hasn't quelled the fascination surrounding the Metallic Library. Conspiracy theorists point to the supposed artificial smoothness of the cave walls as proof of manipulation by an advanced civilization. Skeptics, however, counter that these smooth surfaces are a natural phenomenon caused by water erosion over millennia. The legend of the Metallic Library, despite its lack of factual basis, offers valuable insights into humanity's enduring quest for knowledge and the allure of the unknown. It highlights our fascination with lost civilizations and the potential for groundbreaking discoveries hidden within the Earth's embrace. The story doesn't end with the debunked Metallic Library. The Cueva de los Tallos remains a significant archaeological site. Indigenous shore communities have inhabited the region for millennia, and the caves hold cultural and religious significance for them. Archaeological excavations have unearthed artifacts like stone tools, pottery fragments, and even remnants of human burials, hinting at a long history of human presence within the cave system. The true treasures of the Cueva de los Tallos might not be metallic plates, but the stories etched into the very walls by time and human interaction. The cave whispers tales of the shore people's traditions, their reverence for nature, and their use of the caverns for spiritual ceremonies. Understanding these narratives offers a deeper appreciation for the cultural heritage intertwined with the Cueva de los Tallos. The allure of the Metallic Library may be a product of human imagination, but it has spurred exploration and shed light on the fascinating history of the Cueva de los Tallos. The absence of a fantastical library doesn't diminish the significance of the cave. It remains a place teeming with archaeological potential, waiting to reveal the true stories of the past, both human and natural. However, the legend also serves as a cautionary tale. It reminds us of the fine line between captivating speculation and verifiable fact. As we delve into the mysteries of the past, a healthy dose of skepticism is crucial. But our next mystery is one you might have already heard about. 3. The Enigma of Baya's Tunnels. Buried beneath the waves of the Bay of Naples lies Baiae, a once grand Roman resort town. Its opulent villas, thermal baths, and temples now stand as haunting reminders of a bygone era, slowly being claimed by the sea. Yet even more enigmatic secrets reside not above water, but hidden beneath a labyrinthine network of tunnels known simply as the Baiae Tunnels. The first documented glimpse of these tunnels came in the 18th century, when explorers stumbled upon a narrow opening amidst the ruins. However, the oppressive heat, suffocating fumes, and treacherous conditions deterred further exploration. It wasn't until the 1950s that the tunnels captured the attention of an archaeologist. Their initial forays were met with the same challenges as their predecessors. The air hung heavy with sulfurous fumes. The cramped passageways offered little respite, and the ever-present danger of cave-ins loomed large. Yet, with unwavering determination, Paget and Jones delved deeper. Their exploration revealed a complex network of tunnels, meticulously carved from volcanic rock. The sheer scale of the undertaking was astounding. Some sections stretched for hundreds of meters, branching off into smaller corridors and chambers. The purpose of this elaborate subterranean network, however, remains shrouded in mystery. One theory proposed by an archaeologist suggests the tunnels served as a descent into the underworld. The presence of a hot, sulfurous stream flowing through some sections eerily mirrored the river Styx, the mythological boundary between the living and the dead in Greek and Roman beliefs. Additionally, chambers with seemingly ritualistic markings fueled speculation about their use in religious ceremonies connected to the afterlife. Another theory leans towards a more practical application. Baiae was renowned for its thermal baths, and some believe the tunnels might have been a sophisticated system for channeling volcanic water to heat these luxurious facilities. The intricate network could have facilitated the distribution of hot water across a wide area, ensuring a constant flow for the wealthy Romans vacationing in Baiae. Yet another possibility suggests the tunnels were a combination of both. Perhaps they served practical purposes like channeling water, while simultaneously holding religious significance. The Romans were known for incorporating symbolism and religious elements into their architecture, and the tunnels could have been a unique blend of the functional and the sacred. Unfortunately, the full extent of the tunnels remains a mystery. Exploration has been hampered by safety concerns and the ever-present threat of flooding. Further investigation might require advanced technologies and a renewed archaeological commitment. However, the mere existence of these tunnels offers a fascinating glimpse into Roman ingenuity and resourcefulness. Let's talk about the actual city. Baiae's story began centuries before the height of the Roman Empire. Legends whisper of its founding by Bios, the helmsman of Odysseus. But concrete evidence points to a more humble origin as a port town for the nearby city of Cumae. However, by the 2nd century BC, Baiae's fortunes were on the rise. Its idyllic location, mild climate, and most importantly, the discovery of therapeutic hot springs transformed it into a playground for the Roman elite. Unlike the Stoic image often associated with Roman culture, Baiae pulsated with an energy fueled by leisure and indulgence. Wealthy senators and patricians constructed lavish villas that stretched along the coastline. Intricate mosaics adorned the floors, depicting scenes of mythology and nature. Lush gardens bloomed with exotic flowers imported from distant corners of the empire, and private pools offered a refreshing escape from the summer sun. Baiae wasn't just about physical pleasures. It was also a hotbed of intellectual pursuits and artistic expression. Philosophers and poets flocked to the town, seeking inspiration in its beauty and the company of like-minded individuals. The renowned Roman writer Cicero owned a villa here, finding solace in a muse in the tranquility of Baiae. However, Baiae's reputation wasn't solely built on refined tastes. The town became notorious for its hedonistic lifestyle. Lavish banquets overflowing with exotic delicacies were commonplace. Wine flowed freely, and entertainment of a more adult nature flourished. Brothels catered to every whim, and scandalous rumors about the escapades of the elite became a source of amusement and gossip throughout Rome. This indulgent haven wasn't without its critics. Moralists like Seneca, a prominent Roman philosopher, denounced Baiae as a place where old men come to become young boys again, and young boys come to become girls. Baiae's reputation as a city of excess even permeated Roman literature, with writers using it as a symbol of decadence and moral decay. Despite the disapproval of some, Baiae's allure persisted for centuries. Emperors like Julius Caesar and Hadrian enjoyed lavish retreats in their private villas. Even after the city's peak, it remained a popular destination for the wealthy, albeit with a slightly less flamboyant reputation. The mystery of Baya's tunnels also serves as a reminder of the layered history that lies hidden beneath the surface. Baya itself is an evidence of the rise and fall of empires, and the tunnels represent a forgotten chapter in its story. Unearthing their secrets not only sheds light on Roman practices, but also paints a more vivid picture of life in this once thriving resort town. As with many archaeological discoveries, the Baya tunnels raise more questions than they answer. Were they a path to the underworld, a conduit for hot water, or a combination of both? Perhaps future exploration will provide some definitive answers. 4. Varna Gold, a golden glimpse. In the heart of modern-day Bulgaria, located among the unassuming plains near the Black Sea coast, lies a hidden chapter in human history, the Varna Necropolis. Unearthed quite accidentally in the early 1970s during construction work, this ancient cemetery wasn't just a collection of bones and pottery. It was a treasure trove unlike any other, a discovery that sent shockwaves through the archaeological community and continues to tantalize researchers to this day. Unlike the typical image of a prehistoric burial ground, the Varna Necropolis wasn't a haphazard collection of graves. Radiocarbon dating places these burials firmly between 4,600 and 4,200 BC, making them contemporaries of some of the earliest farming communities in Europe. However, Varna stood out for its meticulous planning and the sheer quantity of a precious metal gold. Over 6 kilograms of the gleaming metal were found meticulously crafted into an array of objects, adorning the bodies of a select few individuals. The craftsmanship on this stuff was truly remarkable. Delicate beads, some adorned with intricate geometric patterns or stylized animal figures, adorned the necks and wrists of the deceased. Elaborate appliques featuring stags, bulls, and other symbolic creatures were sewn onto clothing, transforming them into shimmering garments fit for royalty. Even everyday tools like axes and chisels weren't spared the golden touch, blurring the lines between the practical and the symbolic. The sheer quantity of gold in these elite burials is what truly sets Varna apart from other prehistoric cemeteries of the time period. Most burials from this era were communal and relatively simple, lacking any significant display of wealth. Varna, with its individual graves marked by impressive mounds of earth and the staggering amount of gold, hints at a stratified society with a defined social hierarchy. The individuals buried with this wealth clearly held a position of power and prestige within their community. However, the story of the Varna gold goes beyond mere ostentation. It sheds light on the complex social and economic dynamics of this prehistoric society. The presence of such a vast amount of gold points towards a sophisticated trade network, with connections stretching far beyond the immediate region. Gold, even in the ancient world, held a special allure, a symbol of wealth, power, and perhaps even immortality. The elite buried at Varna possessed the means to acquire and utilize this precious metal, demonstrating their privileged position within a complex economic system. But where did all this gold come from? Recent analyses of the metal itself suggest it may have originated from alluvial deposits in the mountains of present-day Romania, hundreds of kilometers away. This finding not only highlights the remarkable metalworking skills of the Varna culture, but also speaks volumes about their trade networks. The ability to secure such a valuable commodity from distant sources shows us the interconnectedness of these early European societies. The question of why the gold was used so extensively remains a captivating mystery. Was it simply a display of wealth and status, a way for the elite to distinguish themselves in the afterlife? Or did it hold a deeper symbolic meaning? Some archaeologists believe the gold may have been associated with the concept of the afterlife. The shimmering nature of the metal might have been seen as a reflection of the celestial realm, a bridge between the living world and the realm of the dead. Perhaps the gold was meant to adorn the deceased for their journey into the next life, a final display of their earthly power and prestige. In the past, archaeologist Maria Gimbutas argued for a dramatic end to the Varna culture. She points out that several prominent cultures in the region, including Varna itself, seemingly vanished around the same time. Gimbutas suggests a large-scale disaster, possibly caused by nomadic warriors from the north. She finds evidence for this in the emergence of Kurgan burial practices, which involve single male burials under mounds of earth, often associated with nomadic groups. However, archaeologist Jay Chapman offers a different perspective. He argues that the evidence points towards the Varna culture itself influencing neighboring areas, rather than being destroyed by invaders. Chapman highlights the impressive wealth found in Varna burials, particularly the stunning early gold work. He suggests that these riches may have inspired the development of prestige goods and elaborate burial practices among neighboring steppe communities. The lack of written records or monumental architecture associated with the Varna culture adds another layer of intrigue to the story. Unlike the Grand Pyramids of Egypt or the elaborate ziggurats of Mesopotamia, the Varna society seemingly left behind no grand physical structures. This presents a significant challenge for archaeologists trying to piece together the complete picture. The gold itself offers valuable clues, but without additional context, it remains a fragment of a larger story waiting to be unraveled. However, recent excavations have begun to offer a glimpse into the lives of the people buried at Varna. Analyses of the human remains reveal a surprising detail. Some individuals buried with the gold exhibit signs of dental modifications. These modifications, likely performed during life, could have served various purposes: social identification, dietary practices, or even as a form of early body art. Regardless of the reason, they hint at a complex social structure and a culture with sophisticated body modification practices. Further clues are emerging from the analysis of grave goods found alongside the gold. Alongside the shimmering ornaments and gleaming tools, archaeologists have unearthed exquisitely crafted pottery, intricately carved bone objects, and even flint tools. These everyday objects, along with the human remains themselves, offer valuable insights into the lives and practices of the Varna people. 5. Secrets of Aktun Tunikul Mukno. Tucked away in the emerald embrace of Belize's Cayo district lies a place where the earthly realm and the Maya underworld seem to blur. Aktun Tunikul Mukno, or the Cave of the Crystal Sepulchre, is a mystery in the truest sense of the word. It's a maze-like system carved by time and water, a hidden chapter in Maya history. The story of Aktun Tunikul Mukno stretches back millennia. The Maya believed the universe was divided into 3 distinct layers: the sky, the earth, and the Xibalba, a complex underworld realm presided over by death gods. Caves, with their gaping maws and inky depths, were seen as natural gateways to this unseen world, portals through which offerings and sacrifices could be made to appease the deities below. Aktun Tunikul Mukno first emerged from the shadows around 300 BC. Evidence suggests the Maya initially used the cave for ceremonial purposes. Stalactites and stalagmites, naturally formed mineral deposits that resembled bones and teeth in the dim light, may have heightened the cave's sacred aura, reinforcing its connection to the underworld. Centuries later, around 700–900 AD, the cave's purpose shifted. Expeditions deeper into the cave's labyrinthine passages revealed a chilling truth. Aktun Tunikul Mukno had become a necropolis, a final resting place for a select few. Unlike above-ground Maya burials, the individuals interred within Aktun Tunikul Mukno weren't simply laid to rest. Their skeletal remains, some believed to be those of sacrificed individuals, were adorned with elaborate ceramic offerings, jade jewelry, and even stingray spines, all carefully positioned within the cavern's recesses. The most captivating discovery, however, was the Crystal Maiden. The remains of a young person, possibly a teenager, had undergone a remarkable transformation. Minerals within the cave's water had calcified the bones, giving them a shimmering, almost crystalline appearance. This natural phenomenon, coupled with the individual's youthful age, fueled speculation about the Crystal Maiden being a particularly important sacrifice. The archaeological finds within Aktun Tunikul Mukno offer a look into Maya ritual practices and societal structures. The elaborate ceramic offerings, some bearing kill holes, deliberate punctures, were likely imbued with symbolic meaning. These offerings, along with the jade ornaments, point towards a belief in life after death. The Maya believed the deceased embarked on a journey to the underworld, and these offerings were meant to sustain and guide them on their way. The presence of human remains within the cave also speaks volumes about Maya social hierarchy. Not everyone was accorded the privilege of being buried in such a sacred space. The individuals interred here likely held positions of power or religious significance within their communities. Their elaborate burials serve not only to honor the deceased, but also to reinforce their status even in death. The cave itself holds a unique story within the Maya belief system. The entrance, a gaping maw in the jungle floor, symbolized the descent into Xibalba. The darkness within, punctuated only by the occasional shaft of sunlight filtering through cracks in the ceiling, replicated the unknown depths of the underworld. The water that snaked through the cave system, a constant presence, mirrored the life-giving, yet potentially dangerous rivers believed to flow through Xibalba. Every element within the cave, the darkness, the water, the formations resembling bones, reinforced the Maya's connection to the unseen world. However, Aktun Tunichil Muknal's story isn't without its mysteries. Around 900 AD, the ceremonial use of the cave abruptly ceased. The reasons for this remain unclear. Perhaps a shift in religious practices or a catastrophic event like a flood altered the Maya's perception of the cave. Regardless, the cave remained undisturbed for centuries, its secrets safely held within its dark embrace. Aktun Tunichil Muknal's rediscovery in the late 20th century was purely accidental. Local villagers stumbled upon the cave entrance while hunting. The archaeological significance of the site was soon recognized, and meticulous excavations began. These excavations, conducted with utmost respect for the cave's sanctity, have unearthed a wealth of information about the Maya and their beliefs. The delicate balance between scientific exploration and cultural preservation is paramount when dealing with a site like Aktun Tunichil Muknal. The cave environment itself is fragile. The constant flow of water, the delicate mineral formations, and the skeletal remains themselves are all susceptible to damage. Modern archaeological techniques employing non-invasive methods like 3D scanning and photogrammetry are crucial for documenting the cave and its contents without causing harm. So will the modern human ever find the truth behind these past mysteries? The truth, as always in archaeology, is buried beneath layers of time. But what do you think? Share your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more mind-blowing mysteries. Until next time, keep digging for answers.